fix our problems, and you just never solve them, cause you always in drama. It's alarming, it's alarming. Girl, I just need clarity. Can you just let me breathe? Oh, I don't wanna let you in, but it's too late now.
They say setbacks can be the best thing that's ever happened, really, and it's a big part of today's video. Now, if you've lived under a rock and you've not seen what's going on, then you'll know that Liam Roberts and myself have been banned from filming at the racecourse ground and things to do with Wrexham, and there's been a lot that's going on, but I do genuinely feel like that Liam was genuinely too kind-hearted towards the club. Now, he directed most of his frustrations towards the EFL, and I'm here to basically say that the EFL, it's nothing to do with them. Now, if you look around the leagues, there's plenty of vloggers in the Championship, League 1, League 2. So, you know, you look at that as in comparison to what I'm going to talk about today, and you'll realise that it's not the EFL. There's someone in Wrexham AFC who's to answer for all what's going on today. Now, it's not me sending hate. It's not me sending any animosity towards the club and things like that, because obviously they want in who they want in, and listen, that's fine. But I am going to speak for you for a few things and just basically get my thoughts and things across. Now, for those who have supported the channel, I do genuinely thank you for that, because in terms of what I've seen over the past few days on social media, people say, oh, he's vlogging Wrexham for the views, he's vlogging it for the money, he's vlogging it for the clicks, he's doing this, that and the other. Listen, it couldn't be even more further from the truth. Now, what brought me to Wrexham in the first place? Now, if anyone remembers, I was doing Matchday vlogs around the Northwest. That was my thing and such. That was my thing. Now, going from that to Wrexham. Now, the Wrexham game was meant to be a one-off game. That vlog was meant to be just a one-off in terms of what I was doing, but it was the people who brought me to Wrexham and to carry on doing what I'm doing now. Liam's addressed in the letter that there's EFL regulations, which, yeah, it's fair enough. You know, EFL and its regulations, it's understandable. Now, this is where it gets from the EFL to the club. Now, from further correspondence that I've had now, Julie Greenwood was the person who initially sent the email out, or it was the respondee email. It was a club-headed letter, and that was the person I needed to respond back to. Now, I responded back to Julie Greenwood. I tried to work with the club. Now, from the sounds of it, me and Liam got the same dated letter, which was exactly carbon copy of each other. Now, they did warn us. Now, in my response, and the reason why I carried on was because I responded back to the club, and I basically ended it with, you know, if I don't get a receipt of the letter, or if I don't get a response to the email, then I do see the above as no issue, and it's fine to continue to carry on. Now, that's not me saying a massive fuck you to the club and I can do what I want type of thing. No, it was to try and work alongside the club to get the best solution out of it for everyone, and that's including myself, and it's including everyone else that it's happened to. Now, at the time it happened, I was the only one that understandably knew that I had a bit of correspondence, but you still see a lot of people that are vlogging Wrexham games besides, obviously, myself and Liam. There's a lot of people who do it and things like that. Now, this is where it gets sticky, because the response that I had from my response basically says that in order for a vlogger to be able to vlog, it needs agreement from the club's media team, the EFL, and the safety officer. So, listen, I've spoken to a few people, and I'm talking about people who create content for Wrexham, and the best way of it coming out is that it's the media teams being thrown out there as it's like they're the ones who the media team are just basically to take the battle there. They're the punching bag is the best way to put it. They are the punching bag in terms of, you know, if I was to make a video and go, oh, the club media team, this club media team, that, it's nothing to do with that. And it's nothing to do with the EFL either. Now, if it was to do with the EFL, it would be an EFL formatted headed letter, and it wasn't. It was from the club. It was from Wrexham. Now, listen, people vlog all the time. It's doing no harm to the club, and for me, it's different. It's different between me and Liam. Now, anyone knows that me and Liam, in terms of content creation, we've probably not seen eye to eye over a few things, but in this situation, in this case, it's different because I've never claimed to support Wrexham. I've never said that I'm a Wrexham fan or anything like that. I was literally there just to provide people content, and it was something that I enjoyed doing. Now, what once turned out to be a vlog turned out to be something that it just became religious on a week-to-week basis, to be honest. And, you know, it was a case of going home and away, supporting the lads, having a few bevies, having a laugh with the fans, you know, who turned to be friends in the end and stuff like that. So, you know, for me, it's different. And for me, I can come up with a solution to adapt and evolve and move on into something that, you know, is something that I want to do. Now, anyone who knows me, that's close to me, will know that I've always wanted a career in the sports format. So me making Matchday vlogs and that, it's not for the clicks, it's not for the views, it's not for the money. It's something that I'm passionate about, and it's something that I want to do. Now, that's not me saying, you know, whether I can do that in the long-term run and long-term things. And, you know, I need to plan something to look after, number one. And in that sense, it is myself and obviously the YouTube channel, because in all honesty, I was meant to be at North County and I sold my ticket. I was meant to be at Sutton United and I sold my ticket and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it is in that format, but it's never been about the views, it's never been about the clicks, and it's never been about the money. Yeah, fine, because if anyone gets 1,000 views on a video, 2,000, 3,000, you are going to be gassed because it's an achievement, it's showing improvement, and it's showing consistency. Now, anyone knows me knows that I'm about consistency, and that's just the way I am, and it's the way I try and present myself anyway. I couldn't have something where on a week-to-week basis I just didn't know what I was doing, because that's just not me. I like consistency and I like to know what I'm doing. Now, this whole thing with Wrexham means that obviously I can't vlog for Wrexham no more. So unfortunately it is end of an era. But listen, we all know who's it about. We all know who the lead head honcho is. And we all know there's a reason why she won't go on the documentary. And it probably would show her true colours. Now, if the club want to email me like they've emailed a certain someone else and said about spreading fake news about the club, listen, I've got the screenshots to the emails, I've got the screenshots to everything. I'm more than happily to provide this with social media, but for me, it's one of them where I can't be bothered with the hassle, in all honesty. That's just nothing to do with me. Like, I just don't know. For me, I'm just happy doing what I'm doing, and it's about something where we can continue the Matchday vlogs, essentially, and bring something new, bring a platform for the fans. Now, the whole basis of the channel has been to provide the highs and lows of a matchday experience to the fans, which means wins, draws, or losses, you know. And it is what it is, really, you know, in terms of that. But I respect the Wrexham's decision. But what I don't respect is the fact that obviously you've got people who support the club, who want to support the club, and you're stopping them from doing something which causes no harm. Yet you're going to get all these big YouTubers involved and bring them down. I mean, like, I'm not firing shots at people, but when you look in the season and you see, like, Fusion Josh coming down and the fella that Mark Howard invited down and stuff like that, you know, they're all violating, in what their sense is, the terms of the racecourse ground and regulations of the EFL and stuff like that. So it's a big one, and it is a big one. But yeah, hopefully it gets sorted for the fans of Wrexham, and hopefully it's something where it can become a community thing instead of, you know, the people at Wrexham wanting the big whole media scene and big, you know, the big presence and stuff like that, because there's a lot of people in the sense of Wrexham who want to learn to do matchday vlogs, or who want to do matchday vlogs and stuff like that. So, you know, there's a lot of things that's ongoing where, in this sense and what's happening, it's hurting the community more than it is improving it, if that makes sense. And it's dividing something that's distance between, especially the international fans, because they rely on the matchday vlogs as well. Now, in terms of that, it's a case of, you know, you've tried to work with the club. I've tried to work with the club in the sense of coming to a solution. They don't want to know. So it's gotten, in my sense of things, it's nothing to do with the EFL, because if it was, it would have come from them. It's just come from the club. And listen, it is a frustrating thing, and it's a thing to be gutted about. But in sense of that, I've always said the words, a setback can be the best thing to ever happen to you, because if you make something of that setback, then you can always improve and learn to adapt. So hopefully it's something where the channel improves as a whole, and not just for myself, but for everyone who, you know, follows, whether you're a Wrexham fan, whether you're a neutral supporter, whether you're an Evertonian, whether, you know, you're someone who likes football in general. You know, it's something that I've always tried to provide, something that's fan-based, you know, with the fan interviews and stuff like that. It's never been about me, myself and I, because it's not. For me, what makes the experience is the fan base, and, you know, I could never be more grateful for that. Now, the last thing I do want to say as well is thank you to everyone. It's not the end of the road for me, it's not. And hopefully it's not the end of the road for everyone who subscribes to the channel and wants to follow me on this journey. And hopefully, you know, you become something from it. And I say every day, it's a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was the YouTube channel for all of us, you know. But I do want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, because it's an end of the road when it comes to Wrexham. But in terms of Matchday vlogs and things like that, it's not the end of the road there. Now, I want to say a thank you to Wayne, Scoot, the Detland Swans, every single person that's featured in the Matchday vlogs or anyone that has spoken to in the turf, people that have been with on away days and stuff like that. A massive thank you, because honestly, it's been such an amazing experience and something that it's been amazing to learn from. Now, also, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone else who content creates, because in terms of that, you're producing content for the fans, not just locally, but internationally as well. And it shows them a connection with Wrexham AFC, regardless of what's happened. You know, at the end of the day, they're creating their content, and you've got to respect that. And it doesn't matter who it is. Anyone who creates content, I respect you, and that's the way it comes. Now, as well, he probably wants to finally get a shout out. Big Rich Griff, shout out to you, my mate. And do you know what? This sounds soppy, and I hate these type of videos, but it's something where I want to get my point across and say, listen, if you have a setback, make something of it and make an improvement of it. Do you know what I mean? It's a case of a setback can be the best thing to ever happen to you, and you won't see it at first, you never will. But in terms of the limelight, and, you know, you could look back in 6 months to a year and go, yeah, you've set me back by doing this, but I've improved myself by doing that. But yeah, that's literally all I have to say on the Wrexham situation. Now, what does it mean to me? Or what does it mean for me, even? So, it means a lot, to be honest. Because obviously I was religiously vlogging Wrexham week in, week out. And the stuff that I want to do, where it's hard to fit in over the course of a season. Now, I don't need to religiously vlog a club week in, week out. And that's just the way I see it now. Like, it's nothing to do with that. Now, I can do stuff like go to Paris, go to a PSG game maybe, go to a Dortmund game, Ajax game, maybe Celtic Park, Rangers, the Ibrox, you know. There's a lot of things that I can do, and my options are wide open. But as in terms of Matchday vlogs on a regular basis, there is always something set in stone on this channel. Now, my options were to have a couple of weeks off, or to find something, an alternative, and seek an alternative. Now, whether people will be happy with that or not, it is what it is, really. But I hope that you guys can still follow me and continue this journey together on what is the Matchday vlogs and the Matchday experience. Now, I hate these type of videos. I do want to say a massive shout out once again to everybody who's followed me, everyone who's subscribed, the people who have spoken to me in the turf on, you know, away days and home games, and there's a lot, but it's not the end of the road. And yeah, if you are new to the channel and you don't know what's going on, yeah, it's been a roller coaster, man. It's been a roller coaster of a ride, but an end of an era nonetheless. But if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and tap that bell for more notifications as I end to upload. But yeah, there is an announcement in store, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. So this is me signing off, and roll the clip.
Girl, you always solve problems, and you just never solve them, 'cause you always in drama. It's alarming, it's alarming.